What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 77 of the CHUMPcast. I hope your Super Bowl was as riddled with overindulging and degenerate gambling as ours was. In this episode, we discuss actors who could play historical figures, debut a new movie brainstorming segment, review Margot Robbie's Oscar contender, Tonya, and reveal our phone number to the world. That's right, now you can call in and leave a nice, kind, totally not rude, or critical voicemail by calling 847-920-6107. This can't possibly go wrong. We switched things up a bit this episode, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on the result. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching The CHUMPcast. If you want to support the show, our merch is available at thechumpcast.com. You can also use our Amazon affiliate link by visiting thechumpcast.com/Amazon. Now let's get on with the show.
So you're out of the...
I'm irrationally angry now that shit wouldn't work. I have to recenter myself.
Yeah, now you're pretty much where we want you to be for the podcast.
No, that's not where you want me to be, because then I just end up yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Then I turn into drunk Erica.
We need to get sober Erica on here. Is that possible?
No.
Nope.
Absolutely not. The last time I tried to do that, I put a microphone in front of her and she just stopped talking.
I'm too sober for this. Actually, I have no input at all. But when she's drunk, she's like, "Fuck you, Ryan, you piece of shit."
Yeah, then the true feelings come out.
And then it's organic and I like sitting there. Not really, because then it's just two people fighting that are a couple and I'm just there instigating quietly, but also being just a guy there.
You know what I can't stop watching recently? Have you seen the
exclusive?
I don't know. Is that even a thing? Are you just making that up?
I'm making that up. What is recording? Testing motherfucking levels.
If you would like to join us, Mark.
I'm back.
Everybody clap your hands. Mark is back. All right, one person clapped, and that definitely wasn't me, so kudos to that guy.
I think they debuted that commercial during the Grammys for the Animoji, and it had that Migos song in it. Quavo's a dog. And then one of them's a fox and the other one's the poop emoji.
Yeah, and you actually said that all music videos should be like this, and I quietly agreed with you.
How did they decide who was going to be the poop emoji?
Probably drew the last straw.
I don't know which one of them that is, because I only know Quavo and the one that's banging Cardi B.
Yeah, I don't know any of them at all, but I just want to know. One of the guys is like, "Yo, I'm a piece of shit. Let me be the shit. I am the shit." You can spin zone that and be like, "Yo, I'm the shit. Peace."
I could be right or I could be wrong, but I think Migos just came out saying that in their last album, they spent no more than 45 minutes making all their songs.
I don't care. I love Migos.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with you could be right or could be wrong. You never know.
I don't know.
I think you have all the answers covered there. 100% of the answers, though.
Your Glowmore response can neither confirm nor deny.
Ooh. Whoa, whiskey face. How you don't?
Magoo.
You asked for whiskey. Do you not enjoy whiskey?
What kind of whiskey is this? Magoo?
It does have Mr. Magoo whiskey on there. I don't know if you saw the label.
I would buy that. That'd be better than the Hellboy whiskey.
Yeah, the lack of...
Did you buy the Hellboy whiskey or no?
No, it's like cinnamon, like Fireball, and I can't stand that shit.
Fireball.
I think it has antifreeze in it.
Wow.
You can get really drunk off antifreeze.
Known from personal experience.
Not that I'm saying.
Ryan's a car guy. He drinks antifreeze on the regular, and that's what makes him a car guy. So if you don't drink antifreeze, you're not a car guy.
But if your car's ever leaking antifreeze, keep your dogs away from it because it will kill them.
And this is why Ryan doesn't have a dog either.
And it's really sweet, and it smells really sweet.
Really?
So they are attracted to it, yeah. So if you live in the country and you're trying to get rid of possums in your backyard, you put out a bowl of antifreeze.
And you destroy their insides.
You'll find them stumbling around in your backyard or dead.
That's
uplifting news for the week.
Pretty fucked up.
Just saying, if you ever need to get rid of rats or something.
Don't they have rat poison for that? Smith's over here in his backyard in Bourbonnais, just getting rid of raccoons, sipping on antifreeze, giving antifreeze.
Funny story. I used to have this fat basset hound named Molly, and we thought it was hilarious because she was chasing a rabbit around in our backyard, and she was so slow, and there was no way she was going to catch this rabbit. And then the rabbit had a heart attack and died.
Really?
Yeah.
So one day,
holy shit.
And I was 8 years old, and I'm like, no.
One day she got that rabbit.
Was it seizing out?
No, it just stopped and fell over, and it just
really? Are you sure that wasn't a tactic? It wasn't playing dead or something?
You mean playing possum?
Yeah,
no, Mark, it was a fucking rabbit.
Rabbits don't play that game.
They don't play that shit.
How did we even get to this?
You drinking antifreeze.
Oh, yeah. Because Mark made a dumb face. Because my
Makes
whiskey's
sense.
not good enough for him.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of brain cells drinking that antifreeze. Now he doesn't know where he is at all times.
I like Woodford Reserve, right?
Yeah, nailed that one.
Woodford Reserve.
You gonna mumble your way through this episode?
What was that one word I could not say?
Apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yep, there it is.
You got to be actually fist fudging me that you can't say that.
Still.
Post-apocalyptic. Oh, I fucking murdered
That was terrible.
You still
Post-apocalyptic.
Jesus, what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I
So
am
many
getting-
things are wrong with me.
We're calling back being apoplectic about you not being able to say post-apocalyptic, and I'm getting pissed. AKA apoplectic.
Let's just get into the episode, shall we?
Yeah.
I don't know if we went to Migos to antifreeze, whatever. So Brick, in his extended attention span, decided that we were going to switch up the format for this week.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee, we're going to do the news first.
News it is.
And we've got some new things to throw at you. I want to get this out there from the jump. We do have a phone number now.
Oh my God.
So you can actually call in and leave us a voicemail. I need to actually look up the phone number because I forgot it.
847-920-6107.
There you go. You heard it here first. We should see what that spells out. I'm sure it's something not good and ridiculous, but
Just get
they didn't have a
fucked.
very wide range. I couldn't even get a 312 number. Closest to Chicago I could get was 847.
It is a free telephone number, so.
Well, fuck you, Google. I want free everything, and I want it to be the best.
847 is that
What else did
northwest suburbs.
Yeah, so that number again is 847-920-6107. Please give us a call, leave a voicemail. You probably won't get an answer, but if you're
That's
stupid enough,
encouraging.
we want a voicemail.
Yeah.
We can't
wanna-
stop the middle of the show and take a call.
But we will air these.
If-
We will air good ones
Yeah, as long as they're not
the
stupid.
following episode.
And it's kind of funny because I was talking with Danny Parkins about this in the last episode.
Humble brag.
He was like, yeah, we don't want to take calls on the air because most of the time it's just idiots.
But that's where we
Yeah.
differ because we want the idiots.
But then
we
I-
embrace.
I
the
listened
idiots.
to Sports Talk Radio this morning when I was driving back to Chicago, and those idiots came out, and I was like cringing in my seat. I'm like, you are so stupid. Why would you call and say this on the radio?
Some people need their voices heard, and the
But
public radio is the place to do it.
The people that want their voices heard are the people whose voices should never be heard.
It's the way the world works.
This
But
is
our
why-
phone number is definitely going to be abused.
Oh, yeah,
As hell.
I hope so.
No, please abuse us.
That's why we got it.
I've already left 3 prank phone call messages.
That everyone thought was so hilarious.
They were hilarious. For your prescription to Butt Buddies exclusive and a bunch of other
Great.
dumb
So we're
stuff.
going to, like I said, we're going to start off with the news this week. And if it doesn't work, we'll just switch back to the old play.
Yeah.
We are almost 99.99% certain that Netflix has bought Cloverfield 3. And they are going to air this. And we're going to get a Super Bowl commercial for this. And that's going to be the big announcement. So the rumors have been flying around about this for a while. And they're going to buy this franchise out.
Well, not only do they have a third, they already have a fourth lined up, if that's correct.
The fourth installment is basically already finished. It's all shot. I don't know how they're making these movies with nobody finding out
The
about it.
fourth installment? This
Yeah.
is going to be the third coming out, right?
So the fourth is already filmed.
Wow.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Brick, I wanted to mention this to you because it sounds an awful lot like a pitch that you tried to sell me about a year ago.
Mine was World War I, though. And yeah, I'm still,
So totally different.
I'm still working on the structure of that, which I could definitely use your help.
Wait, so they're not going off the last John Goodman Cloverfield Lane or whatever it was
well,
called?
the John Goodman one, that was 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
That didn't really directly connect to the first Cloverfield.
Okay.
Like they have the same name, but it's not like they referenced it in any way.
but
but
they
it's
did
a-
put Cloverfield in the name of the title.
But that doesn't, this might not reference John Goodman at all.
They're standalone, but have connecting world-shattering events.
I mean, you think
If
that they
that's
do?
what it is.
But go on with what you're saying this one may be about. You
Well, the
said
third
World
one-
War II or something?
So yeah, okay, let's start with the third one first because Netflix has almost certainly bought this and is going to air the trailer during the Super Bowl tomorrow. So that one is about going into space and presumably we find a monster because that's what all these movies are.
Okay.
The
Okay.
fourth one is set in World War II following U.S. soldiers on the eve of D-Day. And these American troops are approaching a German town/encampment and they soon encounter these supernatural monsters, probably from Nazi experiments or something like that.
Okay, what kind of monsters? Can we brainstorm some monsters that we think they're going to encounter?
Monsters.
Just Hitler clones.
Okay, so I think Nazi zombies would
Octopus
be a little
zombies.
too
Nazis.
on the nose. Octopus Nazi zombies.
Yes.
So we're getting little Atlantis going.
What if they were all just the little doll from Saw, Jigsaw? They're all just riding around on tricycles? That'd be pretty
I
terrifying.
want to play a game. And then they all get their own little games about how psycho they are in World War II. And
Or they all pull out Monopoly and you have to sit down and play a 12-hour game of Monopoly and you're just like, no, I'd rather kill myself.
Of Cheaters Monopoly. That
Which
was
I
hilarious.
they needed to do that sooner than later.
That's some news. Cheaters Monopoly. Perfect for our generation.
It is. If you're not cheating, you're not competing, especially in Monopoly. But also,
very, very apropos in terms of a Patriots Super Bowl tomorrow.
ooh, don't be dissing my boy TB12. All right, I'm gonna call him up because I have his number, and I'm gonna say,
Tell him to call
Ryan
into the
Smith.
Chumpcast.
Yeah, he'll leave a message. He actually already did leave a message saying, "Suck it, Ryan Smith."
That number again, 847-920-6107.
Write it down.
Were you going somewhere with that?
I've lost the train of thought after you did the selfish plug. So
Half the time we go nowhere with any
That's
of our
fine.
thoughts. So.
Well, since we're on the topic of the Super Bowl, we have some rumors of potential trailers coming out and also some that are confirmed because we had a teaser for the trailer. We had a teaser trailer for the trailer.
we call those trumors because they're rumors, but they're also
okay,
true.
see yourself out.
Anyways,
Rumors.
Yeah, trumor.
That was actually really clever, man.
The Rock shared his trailer of Skyscraper.
What the fuck is Skyscraper?
He does like security for the tallest buildings in the world, and they build a new one that's bigger than Burj Khalifa, and
A bunch of Russians try breaking in at night, and he's there as the security and to stop them and just fucking bashes all their heads in.
all I can tell from the trailer is that apparently they put all of these threats inside the building at once, and it's going to be some kind of calamity, and he has to try and stop it. Because apparently the people that build this skyscraper are just idiots. They're not billionaires.
Tell me he slow-mo jumps out of the window, smashing into it, shattering the glass into another building with doing a nice gentle row.
Did you not see the poster for this? That's exactly what it is.
Really?
It's him in between two buildings jumping.
Okay, well, here's
I did not. I swear to God. I didn't.
Here's what else needs to happen. I think he needs to have a battle with a couple of guys on top of the skyscraper, and they build in these safety barriers. And so once he knocks somebody down in the middle, he's going to bounce off those safety barriers and give him a people's elbow to end it.
So the top of the skyscraper is a wrestling ring,
in essence, but it's really, it was made to be a safety guider. Just in
I want to
case
see him
somebody has
rock
to do
bottom somebody off the top of this skyscraper.
I don't think ropes are that great of a safety, quote unquote, guider.
Well, I don't
the top
think
of a skyscraper.
Well, The Rock is your security guard for millions of skyscrapers.
You guys know that nobody can see your air quotes while we record.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can do it in the cadence of our voice.
All right, other trailers we're probably going to get. Westworld Season 2 is confirmed because we got a teaser trailer for that trailer.
Over it.
AKA a Trumer.
Over it. No, I'm just kidding. I fucking can't wait.
Jurassic World. We're going to get another trailer for that.
Let's go back to Westworld. Also, I can definitely wait for that just because I don't want to hear Ryan's crackpot theories of a million things.
I swear that I'm not going to do another one of those episodes because I will probably go insane if I have to.
And so will our listeners.
Ryan still goes to sleep almost every night, shaking his head because he thinks back to that episode where we did a 2-hour recap of the past 7 episodes of Westworld.
You use that term "we" very lightly.
It was mainly Ryan.
You were like this, yep. Robots. Yep.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Anyway, continue with your little Westworld psycho shit.
You wanted to go back to Westworld. You're the one that brought us back.
I like Westworld.
So do I, obviously.
Clearly.
All right, we're getting the first Mission Impossible trailer, which I think I might have some flashbacks to Henry Cavill's mustache when I see it for the first time on the big screen.
Oh, yeah, it has Henry Cavill now in it.
Dude, he's gonna, if you see his mustache again, you're going to seizure at the theater.
I might. We're also going to get supposedly the first Han Solo trailer. The Han Solo
for
film.
the Super Bowl. I'm actually
during the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Okay, I'm pumped for the Super Bowl commercials this year. They have. You guys won't hear this until after the Super Bowl, but I wanted to see that Peter Dinklage versus Morgan Freeman
Doritos
lip
commercial
sync battle. Lip sync. It's going to be Doritos versus Mountain Dew, which are going to be.
That looks awesome.
I'm all about that.
With Missy Elliott in one of them, and then Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, they're getting coached up. Nice call.
I'm pretty pumped for the Danny DeVito M&M's commercial because that looks weird and creepy.
Dude, amazing. Anything with Danny DeVito is weird and creepy, and it's amazing.
Did you see Al Pacino is doing that Paterno movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
That should be almost done.
Really?
Wait, what?
Yeah. He's going to play Joe Paterno.
Is that an actual movie, or is that like a movie in theaters, or is that a streaming service movie?
Think it's Al Pacino. It'll almost certainly be in theaters, I would think.
But
they've been working on this for a while. Which
it's about diddling, by the way.
It seems like it's in poor taste. I did not bring up diddling this week.
He didn't.
That was not
Nicely
me.
done, Mark.
Granted, it's very early in the episode. I can still come back to diddling.
Yeah. We hit our quota for the day, at least.
Yeah, well. And we're supposed to get another Red Sparrow trailer, too. The Jennifer Lawrence spy flick. Do you guys feel like Super Bowl trailers have fallen off in the last few years, or do you think that they're still at the same level?
They have to bring back that Budweiser with the horse commercial.
No, what they need to bring back is the frogs.
Yes.
Everyone loves and remembers the frogs.
Or the
Those were the worst fucking commercials.
Those were the best.
I love those. Me and Brick are like, they're the best ever.
Well, the last 2 years, probably the last like 5 years, the Super Bowl has been like, we're going to just air shitty commercials. We already have the hype. We might as well just air shitty commercials. This year, I think they're bringing it back. The comedy aspect. They had a bunch of like sentimental clips. There's a bunch of sentimental commercials that you're like, no, this is supposed to be a fun, hilarious time. Comedy, bring it back. I think they're going that way.
At least you will get to see the first and only GoDaddy commercial of the year. Because they save all their money just to do one fucking commercial that's on the Super Bowl. It's pretty much
Speaking of money, I think the going rate this year is $4 million per 30 seconds. I think that's what I read. The Super Bowl, or NBC in this case, doesn't have to be picky because they're getting $4 million for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
they'll air whatever bullshit you want.
Literally, if you want to be like, oh, this is my product. Here's a bunch of shit. Just watch shit for 30 seconds. Give me $4 million. That's
Which
fine.
is mostly car commercials, insurance, and sad Budweiser commercials where Clydesdales are walking and, I don't know, they're not accepted by society or some shit, and it's an allegory.
You're too big for a horse. I don't know.
Or do you remember that really sad one?
With the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like he left his dog at home alone. Or is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah.
God, that was fucking sad.
Pick up the pace again.
Yeah,
let's
shit.
Pass
right.
this.
Happy news.
Commercial,
I got happy news.
That's $133,000 per second.
Thanks for the math. Let's go.
I had to do the math because I was thinking, what if we wanted just to put a commercial that was like half a second, like just our logo, just real quick.
Not even our name.
It would be like subliminal messaging, right? Like he just flashes and everybody looks back like, what was that?
Was there a dick in that?
You know, I had the weirdest suspicion to just download this CHUMPS and tell all my friends about it. That's our Super Bowl commercial. So
we could probably afford that on like public access at 2 a.m. Uplifting news. Tom Hanks, the most wholesome actor in Hollywood,
best guy,
has signed on to play Mr. Rogers in an upcoming biopic called I Am Your Friend.
Mr. Rogers.
Now, are either of you old enough to...
Fuck yeah.
Yes, I watched Mr. Rogers.
That dope-ass train set he had to go into that crazy-ass town.
Those dope-ass cardigans, dude.
Cardigans for days.
Pleated pants.
First of all, I'm all in on this.
It's the pattern on the pants, but yeah.
But I was trying to think of other childhood icons that you would have an actor in Hollywood play right now.
Okay.
I guess back to Danny DeVito, I thought Alf. Just put him in an Alf suit.
Danny DeVito playing Alf would be brilliant.
I mean, who are even your childhood icons? Like, you got a couple people on Sesame Street, maybe LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow.
I was going to go with what about Miss Frizzle?
Ooh, she was a cartoon character, though.
Yeah, Magic Alf is a fucking puppet. Same,
but it's still live action.
Yeah.
All right, who would you have play Miss Frizzle?
I think I would just have like...
Got to be redhead, right?
Amy Poehler Dare hair. She needs to be a little wacky, a little crazy.
I'm actually in on that.
Amy Poehler, Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. She got the little lizard walking around on her shoulder all the time.
Magic School Bus. That's not this theme, but I just
They brought that back. It's on Netflix now. Like an updated cartoon version.
What?
Blown.
You guys didn't know that?
No, thanks for giving us the news, you know? Come on.
Yeah.
We were on the show with you and you don't give us Miss Frizzle's back? I'd be fist fudging me.
I'm sorry. I don't hold your hand through everything, Brick.
Yeah, you do.
Jesus
We're holding
Christ.
my hand right now.
All right. Well, let's cast this again. Judge Judy.
No.
Wow.
Next.
How about the mom from Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes, that would be decent.
Super angry, brunette.
That's a good one. She can dish it out too. Judge Judy dishes it out, but Malcolm in the Middle mom.
Or you can do the Jax's mom from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, she's the voice of Leela on Futurama.
And the Smart House
gotta
Disney
Google it.
movie. She's the voice of the Smart House.
She's the house that goes crazy and tries to kidnap people, right?
Exactly. Yep.
That's like how you boil that movie down.
Did you say Futurama?
Katie Sagal.
Katie Sagal. How do we not know that?
She could be a decent Judge Judy.
Yeah, she was in not All My Children, Married with Children.
Yes,
Married
she
with
was.
Children.
Pig. Give me a young, creepy-looking actor. I'm going to tell you who that person is going to play.
Bill Skarsgård.
I was going to say Cillian Murphy for Pee Wee Herman.
He is super creepy.
No, that's a fucking Fat Albert reference. How does Pee Wee Herman sound again?
I don't know, but not like that.
Yeah, no, give me a little Pee Wee Herman. Oh boy.
There you go. There's your Pee Wee.
Yeah, little diddle.
No, wrong. Steve Buscemi as Pee Wee Herman.
No, because you got to go young.
I guess.
That's why it's creepy as fuck, because it's Steve Buscemi and he's old.
It's hard to think of young, creepy-looking actors.
Hey, do you guys want to go to the movie theater? I hear there's a great spot. You can beat your dick. All right, sorry.
Now we're back to we're heading in the direction of diddlers.
No, that's not diddling. We're
getting there, though.
No,
we're heading in the direction.
That's where your head's going.
What about Ernest P. Worrell from such classics as Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Saves Christmas?
Yeah, Ernest. I mean,
you know what? Jim Carrey.
Ooh, okay. So Jim Carrey
because he's got
the
face. He can remember how he would move his jaw back. He's got the face.
Jim Carrey was too popular to be an Ernest character when it was originally being aired, but now that he's kind of been a little crazier, yeah.
How about Crispin Glover that plays the creepy villain in Charlie's Angels? I think where he's sniffing their coats and their hair or whatever. He rips their hair out.
Dude, he also as that creepy guy does have the best walk up music of all time, as I've established in a previous episode.
What was it? Take my picture?
No. It's
no clue what you're talking about.
We're looking this up. It's the best villain walk up music of all time.
Okay, you Google that. Crispin Glover is also Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future. Also notoriously hard to work with, apparently, in Hollywood. Everybody thinks he's a huge weirdo, which I could see.
Yeah, he looks the part, so I wouldn't be surprised.
What do we say? You can't say just because somebody looks like a diddler that they're a diddler.
That's usually the case, though.
No, they need to be known diddlers.
Yeah, you got to have proof of diddling.
Known. Got to be known.
You got a song for me yet, or what?
Yeah. Simon Says, Pharaoh Monarch.
I have no fucking idea.
And by the way, I did search creepy actors on Google, and the first 7 people that pop up, let me just say one of them is, in fact, a diddler.
Who? You're showing that to one of us.
I can't see that
and
far.
He can't even see it.
I can see Christopher Walken. I can't see that far.
Kevin Spacey's on there.
Okay.
He's not really, well, he is now.
I think he's
now that you know what you know, but he wasn't creepy before.
Everyone's like, put him on that list.
Hindsight's 2020. We need to update this list immediately. What website is that?
What other actors would play ridiculous characters?
I would love to see Lucille Bluth play Queen Elizabeth, just as Lucille Bluth, though.
What's her actual name? Do you know the name of the actress?
Rule with an iron fist. She would just start wars over the most ridiculous things. Her rivalry with Lucille too.
Jessica Walter is her name, by the way.
Perfect.
Had to Google that. But yes, she's got that resting bitch face that is perfect for a queen.
Yeah. She would also just pick a fight with a neighboring, a Belgium, and just we're going to just take more land. I'm trying to fill out my kitchen. So we're going to take this Belgium.
Are you going to stay neutral to this Switzerland? Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Pace. These are mine.
I think I'd like to see Tom Cruise as Napoleon Bonaparte because he's obviously short.
Finally, he'd actually play a role where he wouldn't have to wear stilts. So it would be perfect for Tom Cruise.
And I know Napoleon wasn't actually that short. Shut the fuck up. Don't email me. Don't tweet me.
He was that short, right?
He wasn't. He was normal height during that time. Doesn't matter. I saw a picture of Nick Offerman and Mark Twain, and I was like, yo, this could work. The big bushy beard. He goes gray a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have any, do you?
Not really.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Not really.
And you know what? I have one for Bill Nye. Humperdinck Bumblesnatch.
That's the worst name in Hollywood, but who is that?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, I thought it was a real person.
I feel like every time I say that, you're like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So that means the joke hasn't landed and won't land ever again.
I'm not going to let it die. All right. Moving on in the news.
Wait, are you going to play that Pharaoh Monarch song?
No,
for the best fucking villain walk-up music of all time?
Moving on in the news. Ooh. It's rumored that both Venom and Deadpool will release trailers ahead of Black Panther, which is 2 weeks from now. First of all, very excited about this movie.
Venom is releasing a trailer within 2 weeks.
And it's done. They're done shooting.
They haven't released any photos of Tom Hardy in the suit or anything. Well, he's probably not in a suit. It's probably all CGI.
Well, that's all going to be, that's going to be.
But they haven't shown anything.
We've seen pictures
to that
from
matter.
the set.
Is his face completely covered because they don't want to see Tom
Just
Hardy's face? Yeah.
No, because what's his face isn't directing this.
Oh, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
The only pictures I saw online were from a scene where he was like getting out of a cabin. It looks like he's just starting to form into Venom, and he couldn't control his body, but he's still just a normal guy. They didn't show anything.
They pretty much just wrapped shooting on this. So it'll be interesting to see what they actually show, if this is even true.
And what was that big conference that they had him at? It looked like it was in somewhere in like India or.
I don't know anything about that. This is going to take place in California.
Okay. No, they just did a huge seminar or something where Tom Hardy came out with the director of Venom and everyone was going crazy. I don't know if it was at some like Comic-Con and in some other country.
No idea. And obviously Deadpool, we haven't really seen anything else out of that yet. We just got some snap cuts and him dressed up like Bob Ross. So be excited to see that. That's actually coming very soon. I think in April. So that's coming even before Venom.
Oh, I do know. So they released some things about Venom and Tom Hardy came out. It was at Brazil's Comic-Con, I guess, but I just wanted to add that
because I knew it was India out of that.
I think there was a lot of Indian people in the front row, but I thought there was a bunch, so I didn't know if it was in India, but I knew it was out of the country. But
okay,
yeah,
you're a racist.
Well,
shut up, shut the fuck up.
Speaking of movie trailers, we did get several this week, including a trailer for A24's upcoming horror film Hereditary. This was very weird. It already appeared at Sundance, and people are reviewing it as the most terrifying movie since The Exorcist, yada, yada. I didn't really glean anything from this. It doesn't tell you what the story is. It was just a bunch of weird imagery.
Trying to sound not mean, it looks like the main girl in this whole storyline and in this movie is very scary.
Whoever the casting director for this is deserves an Oscar right now. Because that little girl looks terrifying.
You said that as nice as you could have said that. I'm not trying to sound mean, but this girl is like kind of scary. But no,
not trying to sound mean, but she looks fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for this. Whenever you get hyped for this, it's hard to live up to that level. A man can dream, right?
Yeah, I'm going in there with zero expectations. And I think the trailer pretty much did that for me. It was all random pictures.
It really was.
And the girl was creepy. And
a flaming old woman, like a literally on fire woman. We had an Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer, which was pretty exciting. I don't know. Evangeline Lilly looks great in her suit.
Per usual.
Paul Rudd. I don't know. What is there to say about this? Ant-Man is one of my least favorite Marvel movies.
I just think they're going to go comedy, and the action was meh. I'm not excited for it, but I'm excited for it because it's a Marvel movie. So I don't know.
I like to see them be creative with shrinking and making things bigger. That's pretty cool. But Mark and I both had the same reaction when we saw them shrink the van. How are you going the same size? Your wheels are thousands of the size.
Yeah. How are you going as fast as the car that is 300 times bigger than your car? Doesn't make any sense.
Still looks fun.
I've never seen Ant-Man, so I could care less.
What a DC
I'm not interested.
guy.
I said to you, I'm like, out of all superhero characters, I want to know the one person whose favorite superhero is Ant-Man.
We could say the same thing about Aquaman. Nobody is Aquaman's biggest fan.
No, there are people that love Aquaman. I like Aquaman.
People tangentially love Aquaman.
He's top
exactly,
five.
But he's in everybody's top five. Nobody's top.
He's not in everybody's top 5 superheroes.
Whatever.
That's a bum thing to say.
Anyways, moving on. The last trailer we got is for Duncan Jones's upcoming film on Netflix called Mute. It's set in Berlin in the near future. We've got Alexander Skarsgård, so another Skarsgård, playing Leo, who can't talk, and his girlfriend goes missing, and yada yada yada. He has to go find her. Whatever. It looks a lot like the trailer for Altered Carbon, by the way. Just this. It's like they used the same sets and the same effects.
Yada yada yada. I had the crab bisque.
I don't remember what we were talking about anymore, so now we're going to talk about what's new on streaming this month, because it is officially February.
February.
So let's start with Netflix. We got Kill Bill 1 and 2.
I've never seen those movies
Watch them.
Fully.
They're awesome.
I don't necessarily love Uma Thurman, but she's very good in these. And obviously Tarantino.
They're awesome.
Very bloody. Men in Black.
Honestly, overrated for me.
I'm back on the train that any movie that Will Smith does, he should do a rap for. Bring back the Wild Wild West type shit.
Yo, I was obsessed with Wild Wild West for a long time. I could probably rap the whole thing back in the day. Not anymore, but.
I used to know the dance for the Men in Black. You remember the music video?
Wasn't I just singing it?
You used to know
the
the
music
dance.
video, though.
No, I don't. Probably do if I saw it.
Altered Carbon came out yesterday,
Which we're doing.
which we will be reviewing next week.
Agreed.
The Full Metal Alchemist live action movie. So this is one of the most famous anime. I've tried to get into it and I never really got anywhere with it. A kid's little brother dies and turns into a robot or something.
It's kind of sick.
It's weird. This was a Japanese movie that was dubbed over in English. Some people are excited for it. It's coming in the middle of this month. Whatever. Jeepers Creepers 3.
Brilliant.
Interlude. Brick.
What
that's
happens?
where we're going. Right.
Somebody lost a bet.
I think more or less you guys lost the bet because the movie was captivating.
All right. Give me your 3-minute review.
3 minutes. Wow, that's a long time for this movie.
Time
But
starts
here
now.
we go. The series is the dumbest. First of all, it goes first movie and then it goes third movie and then it goes second movie. So that's like the chronological order of things just to get this thing started. So it starts off right as the first movie ends, literally as Trish's brother gets like swooped up by the thing. It's like a flying creature that is unpenetrable and the best creature of all time. It's basically Superman as an evil creature.
And he likes to make out with severed heads and then bite their tongues out.
Can I interject here? Do you
It was
remember
pretty early on, but yeah.
2 weeks ago when we talked about twin movies, like movies that are basically the same? Did this come out around the same time as the Mothman Prophecies?
What the fuck is Mothman Prophecies?
I've
was
heard of it, and
like
I
a
also
giant
heard of it.
Mothman, whatever.
I
Anyways,
only
go
thought
on.
I thought Mothman and like Butterfly Effect, just based off of
Those are not even close
the
to
anatomy
the
of the creatures.
same.
That's
You just thought moth and butterfly.
exactly.
Did you ever? Sorry, I'm going off on a
Jesus
tangent.
Christ! I have said one line.
I would just started thinking of random shitty horror movies. Have you ever watched? It's not Jack Frost. It's about the Jack Frost snowman.
I know
but there
exactly
was a
what you're talking
series of movies
Yeah.
with this
I know what you're talking about.
serial killing Jack Frost snowman.
Wasn't it called Jack Frost?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. It was
Jack Frost was an actual movie, like a happy
Whatever.
movie.
Doesn't matter. Back to the review.
Jack Frost is a menace. Let me just get that clear.
Just get that out of the way. Thank you.
All right.
As seen in the Santa Claus.
Exactly. I did watch those movies while I was on Netflix. But anyway, it cuts to the mother of the kids that originally got their brother
Jeepers
taken away.
Creepers.
The original Jeepers Creepers.
They were jeeped
goes
and
to
then
a-
creeped. Yeah,
Exactly.
we know.
So it cuts to the mom. Again, this is the worst timeline ever. And it goes to like her granddaughter Addison is like kind of leading this other guy on. His name is Buddy, literally the biggest friend zone guy of all time. They go into this shitty dialogue and crappy will they, won't they situation. The whole backstory is like, oh, we're in this shitty farm town and I can't even pay enough money to get my horses fed with this. We can't buy this hay. That's like the premise behind the movie of like trying to build the characters. But you just want to see them all get murdered anyway.
Wait, will they, won't they, what? What's the dilemma
Is
that
he
they're facing?
What do you mean? Will they? That's
Are
like
they going to bang each other? Is that what you're getting at?
yeah,
That's the general will they, won't they?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the Sam and Diane thing.
And
But
this is the granddaughter?
The granddaughter of the mom. So like,
Is she good looking?
oh yeah, of course, she's going to get murdered, and she's
Like
She's-
scale 1 to 10. No, we don't do that on the show, Brick. All right.
I was gonna say,
This is 2018.
I was saying as in shut up. I would never disrespect a woman like that. Also deal with that reality. Anyway,
All right. Next.
Wait, which one of these characters was actually played by Gary Oldman?
I think it was the creeper
little girl?
himself. No, the
Oh, it
creeper
wasn't the
himself.
little girl.
The makeup was fantastic. No, the little girl.
I think it was
definitely a
actually
girl.
Gary Oldman as Gary Oldman just driving by through the town and asking for directions, and then he just continues on.
And
Right?
actually, it was Gary Oldman played every character in this movie. Little did you know, the makeup was fantastic.
Little Gary Oldman.
Next scene is like stupid ass, this guy named Kirk who you only know from that scene, and he's like torturing animals like a little piece of shit. And he,
Sounds like a Kirk.
exactly, classic Kirk, except for Captain Kirk. I won't get into it. Next thing you know, they're riding bikes, they're riding dirt bikes, getting some fucking major air, and they come across this van. And they're like, ooh, this is that Jeepers Creepers van. Ooh, and they think it's like a myth. And so they open it up and just see a bunch of dead bodies and like, oh shit, this guy is actually real. And so they run away. This Jeeper Creeper guy is like the ultimate engineer, apparently. And so his whole van is booby trapped. And they're all
You don't
running
have
away.
a
and
booby
they're-
trapped van?
Yeah, class. This is where we get back into diddlers. Great.
You mean the director of this film?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah, you guys are derailing me a lot. So
That's
Kirk,
because you're boring as fuck.
exactly. So Kirk gets caught with this. It's a harpoon from his tailpipe and goes into his leg. And all of a sudden, all his friends are like, oh shit, Kirk is going to get caught. Oh, so they all try and grab him and get this thing off his leg. And one of the guys is just like, all right, I'm just going to get the fuck out of here. And eventually both the Jeepers and the Creepers guy spears the rest of the kids and then eats the other kid who tried to run away. So no one's getting away. This guy's going to murder everybody.
Wait, so the kid that shows his true colors, that just says, fuck the group, I'm out of here. I'm not waiting up for Kirk, that just got a, what was it stuck in his leg?
Basically a harpoon.
Okay, and
a tailpipe harpoon.
A tailpipe harpoon in his leg.
Isn't that a sex move?
And Kirk is, of course, not dead. Like the one guy you think is going to die, he's not dead yet.
He is not dead. Okay. So this cuts to Addie and Buddy are on a delivery and they find out that the Creeper's loose. And they're giving a hay delivery because they don't have enough hay to give their horse.
When was the Creeper ever not loose?
Yeah, I don't think the Creeper got loose. I think the Creeper just wants to fuck shit up again.
No, the Creeper comes out every 23 years. He comes out for 23 days.
Michael Jordan it.
Dumb. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Best creature of all time. Goat. So the Creeper finds him. Creeper comes, flips the semi, murders a dude right in front of their car, and then captures Addie. In the meantime...
Yo, wrap that shit up, B.
Okay, yeah. So when it all comes down to it, Addie meets Kirk in the booby-trapped car. Kirk's like, yo, this is booby-trapped. I wouldn't do anything. This is crazy. And Kirk gets killed by something in the booby trap, obviously. And
no fucking spoilers.
Yeah.
I want to know, like,
spoilers.
The big deaths that happened in this. The booby trap one probably was a huge death. Like, what happened? Did the car explode?
No, they had a pipe that, like, would come through. Basically looked like if you were to have like one of those old school windows where you had to roll it down.
Yeah.
It was an empty hole in the wall, clearly as a booby trap. And just if you laid down there, it like would shoot out a metal pipe as fast as it can and just would get like piped in the fucking head.
I want to ask how, but
no.
Someone calls in the flipped semi truck and the abducted girl. And so the police and this group of people who have been seen the Creeper, but have formed their own coalition, if you will. They decided to like chase the Creeper because they know that it's the Creeper on the loose. The Creeper takes his fucking van and Ultimate Engineer is driving and
the Jeeper Creeper is driving.
He's driving his own van. Yeah, that's his own.
Does he have a radio station?
He has wings. Why the fuck does he have a van?
You have legs. Why would you ever drive?
Because I don't have wings and I can't fly.
What's the second name in his? What's the second word in his name? Creep. He's got to be driving a van.
I was going to say Jeep.
You got to be a creep for Jeepers. Yeah.
Jeep. He's not driving a Jeep.
Jeep? What? Where's the Jeep coming in?
Okay, so...
Can you wrap this shit up, seriously?
I'm trying, dude, man. You wanted me to review this. I'm going to review it.
I just wanted to be able to make sure that you actually watched it.
Yeah.
And frankly, since I'm never going to watch this, I don't know if you're just making this up or not.
Well, this is where we find out. So a guy named Sarge, who looks just like Ryan Smith and definitely is a kid diddler, shoots at the Creeper and he Jedi like deflects his bullets with this axe. Now he has telepathic abilities.
Wait, the Jeeper
Creeper doesn't get explained. It doesn't get explained.
And are you telling me there are plot holes in this?
No, barely. I mean, it probably gets filled eventually. So Cowboy Dan, who is his partner, apparently, who is also lead of the coalition against the Jeeper Creeper, he calls out the Creepers like, don't kill Sarge, I'm over here. So basically he goes and tries to like shoot him down with his mounted machine gun and he nails him 1,000,000 times and the Creeper falls on him and then just gets up and axes him in the head and then that guy's just dead.
Jesus Christ.
So the Sarge is basically dead, but the Creeper comes and decides to leave him alone. He just flies away and cuts to the van scene where it's Addie and the Creeper, and she like pulls under the covers like he's not going to see her, and he like creepily gets on top of her, and then she is laying there, and a pole comes across and not kills the Creeper, but like shoots across the Creeper's head and goes through his the pole goes through his head, and he looks like he's going to be dead, eyes bulging, brutal. So she gets out. Runs away from the van. Oh my God, I'm going to get murdered by a fucking creepy thing. And he just like gets out of there and like is fine. And then just like throws a spear, but his eye's gone. So it's like a little bit off. And then a semi comes out of nowhere on a country road in the middle of the night and crushes the Creeper. The Creeper.
Wait, so they couldn't even kill the creeper. They all teamed up saying like, hey, we'll team up and we'll get this guy, whatever. And the way he dies in the end is from a random semi, not even realizing the creeper's in the middle of the road, just smashing him.
Literally like, oh yeah, well, sometimes things happen.
So the semi didn't have his headlights on.
No, they did have his headlights on. You can see like the whole, you can just see the whole thing coming in. It's like clear as day.
Just like, do, looking out my back door. Some guy just ripping a Marlboro cigarette.
Yeah. This guy's
got a great big convoy.
So he's having a blast.
Oh, why are you still talking about this?
So he's having a blast. After it's all found, Buddy, the original guy, comes down the highway, finds Addie, and was like, oh,
Buddy, the one with the harpoon?
Buddy, the one who was friend-zoned.
Harpoon guy was killed in the car, right?
Yeah, because he booby-trapped himself after he warned the person of there's booby traps everywhere.
All right.
Buddy, the guy who was friend-zoned, who picks up Addie and was like, oh, maybe we should like get together. And she's like, nah, and just like face palms him. And so cuts to...
It's pretty awesome.
Cuts to... She's like, oh yeah, thanks for like saving me. It was like a week later, and he's like boarding a bus, and he's definitely like the captain, like the JV squad, not even actually a good athlete. And then that leads directly into Jeepers Creepers 2 when the bus they like get the bus, so they really tie it all together. God,
yes,
and that is Jeepers Creepers 3 Cathedral. I think that's what it's called, but there's no churches, so I don't know.
I have questions.
I thought we were ending this.
What did you think of the deaths? Like, are they any good?
No, they're whatever.
So the effects are terrible. Because I saw a snapshot of like him in the suit and it looks awful.
It's not cool or scary or interesting. So nah.
Obviously this isn't good because I'm like 2 months after it was released, it's showing up on Netflix.
Well, it was only in theaters for one day and then it came back and was in theaters for another one day. And then they're like, actually this movie's trash.
Director or producer was a diddler. Way to talk about diddlers for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's witty. Yep.
Back to new on streaming this month. After Jeepers Creepers 3.
Great job. I'm going to admit that was better than my Emoji Movie review. So.
Yeah, well, that's setting the bar pretty low. Speaking of which, coming to Netflix later this month, the Emoji Movie.
Oh, fuck.
Did you guys ever see The Hurt Locker with Jeremy Renner?
I did.
I love that movie.
I actually owned the DVD quietly.
Won Best Picture, I believe, in 2010.
The Steelbook. Yes, I do.
The Blu-ray or the DVD?
No, the Steelbook.
What is a Steelbook?
It's whatever.
I'm just kidding. I don't own the Steelbook.
It's the Steelbook is like it comes with a booklet on the making, and you get artwork and
boring. Next,
and the cover is actually steel.
Oh, excellent.
That's why they call it a Steelbook.
Cool.
Also coming to Netflix this month is the Oceans trilogy, because obviously they're trying to get you hyped for Oceans 8. And Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story with John C. Reilly. Great movie.
That one
good.
Gets better the more you watch it.
Absolutely 100%.
You want some of this weed? Nah, man. What do you mean I want this weed? Well, what's it do? Oh, it makes you like high and giggly and makes everything really cool. Well, then I think I want some of that weed then. Like that.
No, you don't want this weed, do we?
Yeah, progressively gets more and more hardcore. It's the dumbest movie ever. I like it.
Coming to Hulu this month, we've got Daybreakers with Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe. It's the movie where it's kind of in the future and everybody's a vampire and they're trying to make fake blood. This movie had a lot of fucking potential and it was not very good. But it's still worth watching because of the premise.
Why do you say it had a lot of potential?
It's got good actors, obviously, with Ethan Hawke. The whole, like...
I think it means Stephen Hawke. All right.
See yourself out. We just needed you for the review, by the way.
Right,
I just completely lost my place on this. I don't even remember what I was saying anymore because I was so stupid.
The actors were expected to be good.
It's a vampire movie, but it's like a society. And the whole thing is they're trying to wane themselves off of drinking actual blood and make synthetic blood that they can survive off of.
They live in the forest and everything's real gray and eerie and they fight off the werewolves?
No, it's like they live in suburbs.
Oh, that's Twilight. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Check it out or don't. I don't care.
So they go to Hollywood and get like the fake blood and just like sip on cough syrup and blood syrup?
Yeah, corn syrup, yeah.
Cough syrup.
Also coming to Hulu, season 8 of Archer. Archer's great. And Next, where Nicolas Cage can see just a little bit into the future.
Just a little bit.
Not too much.
Teeny bit.
Just the tip.
I was quietly hoping you were going to say Next, the MTV show.
Next. Get off the bus.
Sorry, you're actually ugly. Next.
And
I'll go to people that got nexted immediately. That's got to hurt your self-esteem immediately.
And quickly coming to Amazon Prime.
I forgot about that show.
The Warriors, which is a great classic 80s movie. And
Pony Boy.
the second part of season 1 of The Tick. I've tried to get you guys to watch this and you don't seem interested, but it's good. It's funny.
Dope.
Should we move on to our best man alive?
Certainly.
Rick, do you have something for me?
Yeah, I do. And it's me for bringing up the next freaking best segment to the CHUMPcast. And I'll leave it at that. Peace.
Mark, do you have something for me?
You didn't really seem real confident when you looked at me and said that.
I just don't assume that you have something.
All right.
Yeah.
First of all, if you've been watching CNN lately or any news station, you know that Larry Nassar has been in court over the last week with all of the victims that he has assaulted. I want to give my best man alive actually to one of the dads of one of the victims, Randall Margraves. He was in court and he asked if he could speak, and the judge gave him permission to speak. And he said, I would ask you as part of the sentencing to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.
Obviously,
I feel like never would happen, but that's a great thing to say.
Oh, I would fucking murder that guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have asked.
And then, of course, the judge said no. And he said, would you give me 1 minute? And she said no. And he just proceeded to jump out at
30 seconds.
Larry and try to attack him.
Did you watch the actual video of this?
I did.
It was sad.
It's
because
very sad.
You hear his daughters crying in the background.
Yeah.
It's really terrible. And I don't like, even The Rock said something on, I think, Instagram about it this week about how this guy's going to get what he deserves in prison. Man, that's heavy shit.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going to happen, but also you don't, I don't know. I always feel bad when I advocate for somebody to get like murdered or the shit kicked out of them. I don't know, because he obviously deserves it and he fucked up a lot of people's lives, but eye for an eye, you know?
Yeah, I think all of the fathers, though, should have permission to just beat the shit out of him.
There'd be nothing left of him.
I know.
This guy's going to die in prison.
Yeah, that's fine.
He can fucking rot there.
But anyways, hold on. I got some more news, though.
Ooh.
This is actually more like news. I don't know. I couldn't really find a best man alive.
You did. You just made one.
I did. I think the topic, though, is a little
heavy,
little heavy and touchy. I know there's a lot of emotions going on with that, but he apologized too for his actions, but deep down, you know, he knew what he was doing.
Also, no one asked him to apologize either.
No.
Everyone's
no
like,
one asked him to.
Fucking right, dude. Kick that guy's ass.
What he apologized for was taking away any of the
validity.
Yeah.
Or not validity.
And putting it on him rather than his daughters. He wasn't trying to do that. He wasn't trying to make a huge scene, but of course, like he got caught up in his emotions, which is fine. Yeah.
Fact aloud.
It is.
Go ahead. Let's go lighter
definitely
note.
Understanding. Though. But anyways, lighter note. This is the worst school alive. So I guess there is a grade school in Ireland right now. Came out in the news that they somehow accidentally were showing pornographic images during the showing of a Paddington Bear movie. First of all,
an illegal showing
of
the Paddington Bear?
No, because this sounds exactly like Fight Club, where when he was running the projector in the movie theater, he would just splice in a couple of fucking scenes of a porno.
Amazing.
In kids' movies.
There's a couple reasons why this school is the worst. It was Paddington 2. That movie
you're going to have to watch next week?
That movie is in theaters. So they're definitely illegally streaming this movie in Ireland.
Amazing.
And they're doing this in a school for children. So they're already doing illegal shit. It got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's like, yeah, is this good or bad? I don't know. You're showing them probably the greatest movie ever made if it's got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Fake news, but yeah.
But the next thing they do, of course, is they don't block any images
Adware?
From popping up any adware from popping up. So they fail to do that. That causes pornographic images to show up on the screen in front of 9-year-olds. And then they go as far as to, which they should have done. They sent out letters to the parents informing them of what happened, but they do not apologize for anything. They said during year 5's golden time today, which I guess is the classroom.
Golden time today.
Whilst watching Paddington the Bear, we had a failure in our filters. An inappropriate image came up. School has strict measures in place to prevent such images from appearing. Well, you fucking failed at that. But we are investigating this as a priority with our IT team. What the fuck does that mean? You're a grade school. You have an IT team? No.
Sounds like all bullshit to me. And they're like,
And we will keep all parents and carers up to date.
Seems like they were just trying to sneak in some sex out a few years early.
You're not even going to apologize for what happened for just showing pornographic images to...
An apology is an admission of guilt.
That's true. That's very true.
They weren't like, oh, here's a bunch of tits. Like
maybe
Paddington
they were.
Bear?
Maybe they
were.
were.
Like Paddington Bear ass. Like,
well,
no.
I'm pretty sure that Paddington Bear doesn't wear pants, similar to Clark the Cub, so maybe it wasn't an accident. Can I go on here? Because I got something a little lighter than that.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, this is also pretty deep.
Yeah, thanks,
really.
Mark.
You're like, no, this is way better.
Yeah. Speaking of, all right, Mark, how would you get the fuck out?
I thought you guys were going to think it was a little more funny, but I guess it's really not a funny subject, but still.
My best man alive is a guy named Carlos Sanchez. He posted a picture on Facebook last week saying that his wife said if he got 1 million likes, they could name their son Goku. Currently, the photo has 1.4 million likes. So currently, there is a Goku Sanchez running around the world.
Brilliant.
And
That's
I am
sweet.
all about this. But I think, honestly, if I had to pick somebody, I would name my son Go10.
Why?
Because you like Go10 better?
No, it wasn't even that. Just I think just the name I like better.
Really?
Goku is better than Goten.
It's not a better character from the Dragon Ball Z
I'm not
universe,
talking about the characters. If I was going to do that, I would name my son fucking Piccolo or Trunks.
Vegeta.
Vegeta would be hard to go through grade school with.
Yeah, agreed. Frieza would be pretty cool.
Beerus.
Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell.
Perfect Cell.
Boo. My name is, Oob. After Boo turns into Oob.
Is that just Boo backwards?
Yes, it is UUB instead of
Goku. I think I would like Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Dude, Kakarot's actually
what was it? Oh, Raditz. Raditz is a good name. Then you just go by Rad for short.
Yeah, I'm in.
Krillin, just the worst Dragon Ball Z character
reminds
of all
me
time.
of like
most useless character of all time. He's always just hiding over a mountain watching the fights.
A bald fuck. Yeah.
He's got like the six. Basically his forehead looks
like a Dragon Ball,
like the 6 side of a dice.
Yeah, pretty much. I do have a worst man alive too because mine is PETA for this week. So the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals.
The worst?
They are the worst. And here's why.
This is going to be very sad.
They're petitioning Nickelodeon to turn the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into vegans. Get the fuck out of here with this.
So they can't eat pepperoni pizza? They eat
pizza. They can't eat any cheese. They have to eat that bullshit vegan cheese, which is basically just plastic.
Dude, fuck off with that. A million %.
Thank you. What? Eat a dumpster full of dicks. Get the fuck out of my face with this. Turtles, like actual turtles, aren't even vegan.
If you give a piece of cheese to turtle, I'm sure it'll eat it.
What do you guys want to do for lunch? Let's go to Panera and get a salad. Yeah.
Oh. I love carrots. Oh.
Yeah, so fuck you.
Let me blow my brains out.
Michelangelo would be like a depressed piece of shit in that movie, you know? He's just like,
he's low on iron. He's
haven't had a carb.
Yeah.
How would they have those killer turtle abs if they never ingested any carbs?
They wouldn't.
Yeah, that actually is false because if they weren't have carbs, their abs would show more.
Shut up.
Yeah. Also, kill yourself. Also, they shouldn't. All the putties, or that's Power Rangers, isn't it?
That is definitely Power Rangers. Are you talking about the Foot Clan?
The Foot Clan. The Foot Clan would actually just like whoop their ass because they'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't fight because I have no actual energy. I eat a bunch of salad." To
defend you though, there was a Power Ranger movie about ooze, and there was a Ninja Turtle. Fuck.
What are you talking about?
A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie about ooze. Yeah, the third.
What does that have to do with putties?
He got it mixed up with Power Rangers.
So what does that have to do with ooze?
I'm just trying to defend him.
I'm trying to watch you punch your way out of this paper bag.
Hey, if there's ever going to be a crossover, I wouldn't mind seeing the Power Rangers like mix it up with Ninja Turtles. That would be pretty dope.
In comic books, that has happened. They've also mixed with
DC?
Ghostbusters. No, in what is that? IDW.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they wouldn't have mixed with anybody if they weren't giving pizza away. Hey, you guys want to come over and have some salad? No, we'll pass on that.
They did Batman with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They did. That was an IDW DC.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So you, Brick, you are the best man alive for yourself, apparently.
Hell yeah!
Because you are instituting this insanely complicated segment that we're going to try to explain to the audience now.
You guys are just dumb.
Here's what you need to know. Similar to the Dungeons and Dragons handbook, we are rolling dice, 2 separate dice, to develop a scenario. And I will post this on Twitter so that you can see what the actual scenarios are. And every week we should have a different combination because obviously that's how dice work. But We are going to take a headline from the week. We are going to mix in, each of us choosing an actor that is, each of these actors will be related in some way, and we will explain that more when we do this week. And we are also going to mix in the scenario that is coming from the D&D handbook. Which is the
world-shattering event, world-shaking event.
Right, so it's a big change, and what we're going to do is try and pitch a movie from it.
Hollywood.
We are all going to take a scenario, we're going to make a movie, and we want you to call in and leave us a voicemail for this number that I cannot remember.
Excellent.
It starts with 847.
It does. There's a 920 involved.
Why does it say hi?
847-920-6107.
Thank you. So we want you to call in with your shitty movie ideas as well. And if you have a good one, we will play it on air.
We will likely say it because our movies are going to be just as shitty.
Yes.
Trust me.
That is actually very
brutal.
True. All right.
I will go last.
No, you're going first
I go
because
last.
This is your fucking idea.
I go last because I'm going to shit on you guys. So you guys probably start it up and I'll be like, all right, here's how you really do it.
We're all going to shit on each other.
Exactly. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Fine. All right. Well, the news for this week. We're going headline, the Super Bowl.
Obviously.
Easiest headline we could think of. We're going with the actors that we need to choose, need to all be in honor of Tom Brady, need to be named Tom.
All right, and let me explain what the scenario is here, because what we have is a roll dice 1, which is of 10 scenarios. And like I said, I will post this, but I don't want to list them all. The scenario for this week, the main scenario, is a discovery, expansion, or invention. And the subcategory for that is a new technology. So alternatives to new technology could be things like magic introduced, or discovery of a new land or a new species of animal, something stupid like that. In this case, it's football with a Tom and a new technology.
Okay, so I'm starting out. My Tom, who is playing Tom Brady, is Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is Tom Brady also. I'm going to Christopher Nolan the fuck out of this, and he's going to wear like one of those
a big mouth guard,
a huge mouth guard, and his face mask is going to cover up a majority of his face.
It's got to be one of those giant ones that looks like a pacifier.
Exactly. So you won't even be able to tell it's Tom Hardy, but you'll know it's Tom Hardy.
Obviously,
you got to let him pitch it. We can't cut
in.
We can't cut in.
Exactly. No cutting in.
Purpose.
I'll throw at the end. I'll allow you guys to throw in a couple monkey wrenches and see where it goes from there.
You suck.
So Bill Belichick cuts Tom Brady after he wins the Super Bowl this year because he's old. And it turns out this new guy, Josh Allen, one of the rookies from this year, he drafts him immediately because he gets a steal from it. And so Tom Brady goes spiraling out of control. He loses his diet. He loses everything. He's found by Peyton Manning outside of a Papa John's shoveling pizza into his face. And so as the years go by, Tom Brady is losing his shit. Bill Belichick is still on the grind as the Patriots, and they're still unbeatable, even though Tom Brady's not on the team. So Peyton Manning, finding Tom Brady on the side of the street, shoving his face with Papa John's, introduces him into this underground cult where Roger Goodell gets fired because the NFL sucks. Jerry Jones is trying to regain popularity with the Cowboys. Bill Belichick is dominating, and Robert Kraft are dominating the NFL. So what happens is, the new technology they have allows like the molecular structure of Tom Brady in his prime to go back and play into the NFL. So Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, John Elway, Dan Marino all go into this and all get signed to teams. And one by one, Belichick is taking them out in the playoffs. And the only team that's going to sign Tom Brady is the Browns. And Tom Brady is signed by the Browns, goes all the way up through the ranks as Tom Hardy and beats Belichick in the Super Bowl. Turns out all the players that Belichick was getting were all robots. Crazy. We call it the quarterback club.
That's your M. Night Shyamalan twist?
Exactly.
Is that they were all robots?
They were all robots, and it took Tom Brady, a goddamn natural leader.
They were in a village that wasn't that far from a city the whole time.
Crazy. So yeah, the quarterback club. That's my new technology, is being able to change your molecular structure into your old former self and be able to go and play football again.
Isn't that just stem cells?
That's the new technology. You can't do that yet. So new technology. Also, he needs to win the Super Bowl or else the NFL is fucked, and so is the world.
This sounds like a movie I would not watch.
I would see it. Quarterback club. Imagine the montage of Brett Favre
Wasn't
and
it
John
the name
Elway.
of the Nintendo 64 game?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's where I kind of got it from. Shout out to the Quarterback Club.
Was that the one with Brett Favre on the cover?
I think so.
Okay, nice. All right, I guess I'll go first because I don't know what the fuck Mark is doing over
you
here.
You mean second because that was first.
I'm trying to think of what the fuck I'm going to come up with.
All right, I guess I'll go second because Mark is doing God knows what over there. Mine is, first of all, we start with Tom Holland, who is not necessarily our main character, but we're going to throw lots of Toms into this. His father is played by Tom Arnold.
Ooh, okay.
Tom Arnold has a hard time connecting with Tom Holland, who is his high school son, who only wants to play Madden.
Who doesn't? That's very...
So Tom Holland just shrugs his dad off. Tom Arnold is getting pissed off. You know, he's divorced from his wife and he's got custody. He's got to take care of this shitty kid who doesn't appreciate anything he does.
Trying to connect.
He just wants to play Madden and yell at people online and call them noobs. Tom Arnold decides that he wants to become fluent in Madden. He wants to be good at this so he has something to get close to his son with. But in a Jumanji type twist, he gets sucked into the video game. And now he has to ascend the ranks starting in college to make it to the NFL, to make it to an NFL team, to actually beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Or, similar to Jumanji, you never make it out of the game.
And you're stuck playing football for the rest of your life, concussed every day of your life.
For the Browns.
For the Browns.
I feel like that's the dirty twist in all of these.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be the dirty twist.
You have to play for the Browns.
Yeah. Ooh, that's the toughest thing in the world to do. No one can do it. It's impossible.
And if you don't beat Tom Brady, you're stuck there forever.
TB12. You love making Tom Brady a goddamn villain. He's a hero.
He's a villain.
He's a hero in my eyes.
He's not a hero. He kissed his son in the mouth for way too long.
Let's go ahead, Mark.
He's a diddler.
God damn it. We're way over the quota for diddling. Mark, please.
We start off this story 60,000 feet up in the air in a Boeing jet plane with Tom Brady on his way to one of his first Super Bowl appearances in the NFL.
2001.
His little brother, Tim Brady, played by Tom Cruise, is in the jet as well.
Tim Brady.
As they were flying over the Pacific Ocean for no reason, I don't know where the fuck they were coming from, one of the jet engines explodes, causing the whole left side of the jet to open up and them fall out of the jet, falling full speed into the ocean. But little did anyone know, Tom Brady had a parachute. Tim Brady, on the other hand, did not. As Tim's trying to grab onto Tom's leg, Tom says, "No, I gotta make it to the Super Bowl." Kicks his little brother Tim off, played by Tom Cruise, and lets him fall into the ocean, assuming his death. The one thing people didn't know is that Tom Brady had a brother Tim, always hidden away in his private life.
So he's like the man in the iron mask.
As Tom floats over the Pacific Ocean, landing, thus finding his way back to the Super Bowl, Tim Brady is assumed dead since he's in the ocean. But little do we know, a pack of dolphins pick up Tim Brady and bring him to asylum. These dolphins are like any other dolphins. They have this
is brilliant.
They have magical pearls that they've derived from oysters for the last tens of thousands of years. Some think of these dolphins as a new type of species. Are they? We don't know. What they do then is they take Tim Brady and they use these magical, what did I say, pearls? They use these magical pearls to revive Tim Brady, who is pronounced dead, in fact.
Wow.
So they revive Tim Brady, and what do they do next? Somehow they use these pearls of the dolphins to grow legs. They bring him to an island, and they train Tim Brady to become a better quarterback than Tom Brady was.
What team does he play for?
We don't know yet.
The Miami Dolphins, dude.
I didn't get there yet. I didn't get there. You can't assume that yet.
Sorry, that was too big of a jump. I apologize.
As they're developing Tim Brady into the greatest quarterback, these Dolphins, I don't know how they use. We won't get into it, but they've been using coconuts as footballs for the most part.
Yeah, classic.
They take Tim Brady back to dry land, America. Somehow they travel back to America. Tim Brady tries out at the combine, makes it into the NFL. The newest prospect.
7th round draft pick. He has the big league Brady, obviously.
And within this time, it's been about 10 years. So he makes it into the NFL. And what do you think happens next?
He plays for the Browns.
Super Bowl XXLLIII. It's Tim Brady versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady looks at his brother and says, "That can't be."
What?
What's your name? It's Tim Brundy. No, it's not. It's Tim Brady, isn't it? You're right. I'm your brother, Tom. As they face off in Super Bowl XXXLIII, Tom is just dumbfounded at how his brother, who he thought he killed ultimately, is still alive. End of the movie.
No, who wins? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
The cliffhanger.
This is a sequel, so end of the movie right there. Was that all right?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. I think you need to go back to school for your Roman numerals, but
XX 9, 8, 12.
Look, as long as you can fit the Browns in there, not bad.
Yeah, I like it. I like that he didn't use the Browns.
No,
he was on the Dolphins. That was that is a quietly like
he had either way. They can't meet in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no. So the AFC Championship game, fine. That's when the Super Bowl comes in for the sequel.
Super
Who wins it?
The Super
Tim
Bowl
or
game.
Tom? Also, the Dolphins was a great call because
are the actual Dolphins in the stand watching this undercover in disguise?
No, they're in
obviously
pads, like they're playing.
No. I like they're in.
I mean, the Dolphins did grow arms from the magical pearls, so.
Oh, where's the invention in all that?
No,
you had magic. You had magic involved.
It's inventing a suit so that dolphins can live on land.
Oh, I thought we were doing invention / a magical.
No, technology.
No,
okay, never mind.
Pure technology. All right, so you automatically lose, but also Jesus.
I have a feeling this segment is going to die very quickly.
No, that was brilliant.
The invention is going to be in the sequel. I'll just tell you that.
Perfect. Okay. So that was Headline Collision. The headline this week was the Super Bowl. The collision was our Drader Brains. So
yeah, we still don't have a good name for this. But if you have an idea, call in at 847-920-6107.
Plug. Yo, all right. So we need titles, though. Mine's the Quarterback Club. What was yours? We need titles.
I already forgot what mine was.
You have Tom Arnold and...
Football Manji?
Football. Okay. Football Manji. And yours, Mark?
A resurrection
When
of life.
dolphins cry. Oh.
When dolphins cry. Like a Prince song?
When doves cry, but yeah.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Exactly.
All right. Can we get on to our fucking movie review for this week? Because Jesus Christ, we got way late here.
Let's go.
All right. Our review for this week is going to be I, Tonya. Currently at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, 89% from fans. This movie only had an $11 million budget, which considering the star power it garnered is pretty low. At current, it's grossed over $20 million at the box office, but that's not really what we're talking about here. What's really going on here is the Oscar nominations. So first off, we've got Margot Robbie, who is nominated as Best Actress. And after watching this a second time, she's my favorite over Frances McDormand.
And we completely overlooked her in this category.
Yeah, and that was a huge mistake because I just figured this movie wasn't as good as everybody was giving it credit for. She was amazing. She was electric.
I agree.
I'm out of adjectives.
I feel like whatever role you put Margot Robbie in, she kills it.
Quit mumbling. I think what you're trying to say is, as opposed to Meryl Streep or Frances McDormand, she runs the full range of emotions, which none of these other actresses really did. She goes from white trash happy to, well, getting her ass kicked to totally under pressure to depressed to anxious to she covers all of them. I will say that it is kind of hard to watch Sebastian Stan kick the shit out of her a lot.
Yeah, that's a little aggressive.
I mean, this is kind of a retelling. I don't really know how much of this is true, and frankly, I don't know that anyone does.
And I think that's what they hit home in the story itself. Like, this part's true, this part's true, this part not true.
But he said, she said.
Exactly. Well, not in the term that we said earlier in the show. But
no, that's
anyway.
will they, won't they? But
ooh, okay, peace.
All right, we've also got Allison Janney, who is up for Best Supporting Actress as her mom, LaVonna Golden. She is the biggest bitch ever.
She's great in this. Very hateable, but
so hateable.
Everybody in this movie is the most hateable. There's not one likable character in the entire, like, who is the girl who got Nancy Cardigan? Nancy Kerrigan? Nancy Cardigan. She wore her sweaters all the time.
From watching this movie, I think you're supposed to feel the most sympathy for Tonya Harding.
Absolutely.
Which is hard to do in some sense because the movie makes it seem like, A, she didn't really have anything to do with it, but at the same time, she knew about it in some sense at one point, and she didn't really speak up about it. At first, you start feeling sympathetic for her because it's ruining her career, but at the same time, you're like, she is kind of involved with all of it. So, yeah.
You are left to make your own decision on what actually happened. If this version of the story is true, I would feel bad for her and all that she's had to go through because she was the butt of everyone's joke for 10 years.
Even before that, though, she was the trashy, we don't want you to be the face of our sport because you are like not, you know, a good upbringing.
You're a dirtbag.
You can't choose that.
Right.
And then when she finally does make it for the minute that she is doing well, actually, someone decided to break your opponent's kneecap and now you're getting blamed for it.
And now we're going to blame you. So
yeah.
Jeff Galooly, played by Sebastian Stan, I think maybe he got snubbed for Best Supporting Actor in this.
I think the mom was way better than
she was great, but it seems like neither of you really enjoyed this movie as much as I did.
You loved it.
I thought it was excellent.
It was a good movie, but I just didn't care for the story.
I think it's a good movie made better by Margot Robbie.
I think it had too much to do. Obviously, it's a look into her personal life and what was going on. But I wanted to see a little bit more about the competition she was doing. I feel like the competition segments were pretty short. And I feel like most of the whole movie was only focused on her relationship with her husband, her ex-husband, soon to be.
But I don't think they could have done more with the competition because the one move that she like specialized in was the triple whatever. And
that shows exactly how much we know about ice skating.
Exactly.
Which is exactly making your point, which is nobody really gives a shit about ice skating.
And no one really cared about the competition itself. It's not like she nailed the move and they showed the move being nailed a bunch of times. If they would have went a little more into it, I thought they shot the move itself like brilliantly. I thought it was awesome the way that they were shooting the arena itself. If they would have gone more into it, it would have been more of the same because it's more or less the same routine for the most part, correct?
Yeah, I don't think it would have done any service. And even they mention it in the film. They say, this is what everybody's been waiting to hear about, the incident.
Exactly.
That's what this movie was about, is what made her who she was, how she ended up with Jeff Galooly, how her mom treated her, and then the Nancy Kerrigan incident.
Yeah, I guess.
From there, that's the movie. It was good. It was a good story, and everyone kind of knows what happens. But
exactly. So there's not really any spoiling this movie. But I will say this is also up for an editing Oscar, which I don't pretend to know anything about the way that you edit things. But I would say that it's directed very, very well. You know, the fourth wall breaking where you're in the middle of a scene and you turn and look at the camera and you explain what's going on, but it also fits into the dialogue of the film is excellent.
And they shot it like it's in the 90s or like the early 80s when the camera, when they're doing like the interviews, a majority of the screen is like black.
Yeah, it's old VHS tape.
Exactly.
Why don't you think they showed more about Nancy Kerrigan? Is it because they didn't want to like step on anyone's toes? Because I thought that was a little short-sighted. Like they didn't show much about her. I didn't know they had a relationship when they were jumping on the bed and drinking together. I didn't know there was anything like that.
I don't know if anybody really knew about that.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to know more about that in some sense. And I think they kind of jumped to the point where, okay, Nancy Kerrigan is one of the top runners for being the best Olympic ice skater, but you don't really know much about it. They don't really build it up. They just all of a sudden, hey, Nancy Kerrigan is her main competitor. There it is. Oh, they had a relationship. They knew each other. They were actually friends at one point. They don't really get into that much, which I think is a big part of the whole story.
But that's also back at your point of it's part of the whole story. No one really knew that they were friends. And like, you can't really have a big backstory on them being really the best friends if they did, but they didn't really. I mean, they shared that one, they would share rooms together and eat pizza together or whatever, but
I just don't care.
No one cares.
That's not what it's about.
It's not what it's about. It's really about.
It sounds like you want the story of her trip to the Olympics as opposed to the story of Nancy Kerrigan getting her knee busted.
No, I'm just saying.
The third place?
I'm just saying a huge point of the whole story is who Nancy Kerrigan was and why it was such a big deal, because you had her as an Olympic skater who was the great example of what they should look like, how they should present themselves, etc. And they don't really do that any justice. Correct me if I'm wrong. You literally see her in this movie pretty much once or twice standing on the podium. And then the next time you see her get her leg bashed, and that's it. I think that was less than what they should have done.
You wanted them to show the contrast of the upbringing of Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding is what you're saying?
Yeah. Cause I think a lot of people, like my mom, I was talking to my mom about this. She said Tonya Harding was by far the better skater. And everyone knew that, yes, she's way more athletic and better at figure skating, but you can't have her as the poster. I'm not going to say child, though, as a poster woman for Olympic American ice skating. And I think if they would have done a little bit more of Nancy Kerrigan's background and where she came from and how that was even more of a struggle for Tonya because she was literally the perfect person to present
they're
as an
each
American.
other. I get it. But I didn't really care about that part of it. I wanted to see more.
You want to see the fat guy putting together his plan.
Guy was fucking hilarious.
That guy brought out emotion though. Like, yo, this guy's a fat idiot. Why are you listening to this fat fucking fake idiot who's making up all this shit that he's in espionage and stuff?
That was my favorite scene in the movie, is him talking to a reporter, and the reporter is like, "No, you're not," and he's like, "No, I am." That was just brilliant, and I don't know why.
It was this stupidly shot, but because they showed the credits afterwards of him saying the exact same thing.
Oh
like,
God,
this guy is a
so
real
good.
psychopath. And back to Mark. Mark was out here. I heard some asshole answer his phone when we were in theaters watching this, and then he's out here yelling, "There's squirrels outside." Anyway, I won't give. But you thought this movie was too long, right?
I thought it could be like 20 minutes.
20 minutes shorter.
What would you cut about it though?
What would you cut? But also adding Nancy Kerrigan's backstory would have made it even longer.
Yeah. This movie is 2 hours on the dot.
What would I have cut?
I don't know. What would you have cut?
I'm trying to think, because there's definitely something I would have cut. Probably something about her husband. We got the point. There was abuse within the household of.
So before she got big, and the more of the hitting that they did, they could have dropped out.
Yeah, so you could have watched more of Jeff Galooly beating the shit out of Tonya Harding.
He's actually saying the opposite. He should have said less.
No, they should have cut that
less
out.
of that.
I think you asked for more diddling. Anyways, do you guys agree that Margot Robbie probably deserves the Oscar? Am I on my own for this?
I think she played it very well. I think she deserved to get nominated.
Who's your pick for Best Actress then? Is it still Frances McDormand?
Yeah, mine is Frances McDormand.
She was a badass in this movie, Margot Robbie, because she told it like it is, and she did what she had to do. And she, like, even when she was like went up to the judges like, "Yo, this is fucking bullshit." Like,
suck my dick.
She told the judges to suck her dick, and like, that's a power move to say the least. But
funny story about that: Margot Robbie met Tonya Harding, and Tonya Harding, that was like her favorite part of the movie. She thought it was hilarious, and she wished she had actually said that to the judges. So nice.
Oh, a little Hollywood, huh? That was a little Hollywood intro. Suck my dick, Hollywood.
Baller move.
I still think overall, I'm going to go with Frances.
Look, I can't argue with you, but I just my preference is Margot Robbie in this film.
So what are we going to do? Rate it now?
Sure.
What are we going? Oscar scale? Fast and Furious scale? I mean,
this is not on the Fast and Furious
obviously,
scale.
I just wanted to say that to make a point. I'm going to give it a 6.9 on the.
What?
I'm going to give it a 6.9 on the Oscar scale.
Nice.
Exactly.
I'll give it an 8.
This is an 8.5 for me. I like this obviously better than both of you did, which is fine.
You know what? 7.5 just because of the soundtrack. They did a great score.
Very good.
Yes, they did have great music throughout the movie.
A lot of Fleetwood Mac, a lot of 80s. Yeah.
What was a better Fleetwood Mac song? The one when they played it in Guardians of the Galaxy, or the one right in
Guardians
this
of
movie?
the Galaxy? Because they played it in the first trailer. It was,
It's a great song to play.
It's an amazing song.
So good. What is it called again?
Break the Chain.
Break the Chain.
I swear to God, if Meryl Streep wins this Oscar, my head's going to explode.
I'm going to lose my shit.
I'm getting mad just thinking about it.
Right, let's get our outro song to be Break the Chain, though. Yeah?
I don't know. I kind of want to play that Migos song.
Okay, we're doubling down here. What can we do? One intro, one outro?
We've already had Break the Chain as an outro song.
Did we?
Yeah, when we did Guardians.
I don't listen. I especially don't listen all the way through. Come on now.
The last thing I'll say about this is they couldn't find anyone that could actually do the triple, so they did that with CG.
I was going to ask
because
if they
there are a grand total of about 3 people in the world that can do this, and they're all training for the Olympics right now. So I thought that was kind of funny.
That makes sense that they needed to do that, because I was thinking about it when they had like a montage of her doing a bunch of them and then her failing a bunch of them, and I wanted to know who was playing that, because it definitely wasn't Margot Robbie. She can't just like, I can do the triple
all
once
of a sudden,
I'm the greatest person of all time.
Exactly.
Like, nah.
I thought that was really interesting, though. The Olympics obviously are starting next week. Not that anybody gives a shit. Maybe people will watch ice skating a little more because of this movie. Maybe not. I don't fucking know. Are you going to watch any ice skating?
No.
Mark?
If I were to watch anything, it's curling, baby. Even have brooms.
No, I'm not going to watch ice skating.
They've literally taken all the fun out of the Olympics.
Yeah, there's not even a guy that can do a backflip anymore.
Well, the NHL players aren't even playing this year.
Exactly.
It's a fucking joke. Anyways, this movie's great. Go see it. Let's move on to our recommendations for the week.
I'll start.
Please.
Futile and Stupid Gesture.
Ugh.
And you cannot get enough of it. I actually can't get enough of it.
You have not shut up about this all week.
Yeah. The movie is a Netflix original. Just came out this week, I believe. Will Forte stars in it. They have a million cameos. It's about the guys who started National Lampoon. The guys who created Animal House. The guys who created Caddyshack. They made the National Lampoon magazine. They started their own radio station. It goes into how they came to be, and they were just basically rebels against the media outlets that thought that they were dumb and they were making dumb things and they shouldn't be going into these racist tones and all these other inappropriate scenery and things that they were putting out. So it's like kind of like raising your middle finger to the air for all these shitty news outlets and just being like, yo, I'm going to do my thing. And this is what it is. And I'm going to be successful with it anyway. Check it out. I've watched it a couple of times already. Super worth it. I've given it a 9.
If I watch this, will you shut up about it?
Yeah.
So, Mark, you have a recommendation?
I recommend you guys calling our number, 847-920-6107. That is 847-920-do-do-do-do.
Luna.
God damn it. We're going to get sued by Luna now.
Yeah. 6107. Call our phone number.
Just leave us a dumbass voicemail. We just
leave us a dumbass
you.
voicemail or enter in our headline collision and see if you can come up with a better movie pitch than I did. Tom
Dolphins.
Brady's little brother, Tim Brady, played by Tom Cruise, jumping out of an airplane, dying, going into the ocean, Dolphins picking him up, and then training him to become the best quarterback the NFL has ever seen.
Tim Brady. I have one more recommendation, actually. This one comes from my boy, fucking guy, now entering a show that is live, the greatest Valentine's show alive ever. And it's live. February 16th and 17th at the Playground Theater. Live show. Go, if you're in Chicago, check it out. It's going to be their, like, writing and performing like their own version of Young Frankenstein. So, nice. Fucking guy is actually fucking hilarious.
He's very funny.
Very
funny dude.
He's a full goof. I saw a video of him mocking, like, some person who was mocking a velociraptor, and he was doing a fantastic job of mimicking this guy. It was brilliant. Also the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So check it out. It's going to be funny. I'll be there 16th and 17th of February. Greatest Valentine's show alive ever. Live. That's what it's called. So deal with that.
That is great stuff.
Fucking guy.
Gotham by Gaslight comes out this week on
DVD.
My God.
I
which we need to
forgot
watch.
About that.
That's coming. Altered Carbon obviously will be our show next week. I have not seen the first episode yet, but I will watch all of them and enjoy it thoroughly. My recommendation for this week is Jay Leno's Garage, which sounds like a boring show, but
he has a shit ton of cars.
Then he has guests like Bill Burr, and it's fucking hilarious because he has all these car guys and they're just bullshitting. And obviously Bill Burr is one of the funniest people alive.
Do you have to be a car guy to like that show?
They talk about cars, but it's not necessarily about the cars. Sometimes it is, but my guess is that there will always be someone funny on this show. So no, the answer is no.
It wasn't necessarily about the Gear Wars.
Amazing Rick and Morty reference. All right,
so that's going to close it out for this episode. We're already running pretty long.
All right, call our phone number, enter our headline collision. Come up with your best movie pitch using an actor that has the name Tom, has to do with the Super Bowl, and includes an invention within the storyline. That's all we ask. That's all I have, guys.
I think winner gets a prize, right?
Winner gets a prize, too. We're going to decide on what that is, but until next time, jumps out, motherfucker!
It's probably at least worth like $10. Yo, peace.
Winner gets a dick pic from Mark.
Jumps out, motherfucker.
Is it fully torqued or half torqued?
Right,
see ya.
Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. Trap nigga with the chickens like Popeye. Money changing colors like tie-dye.